哥哥啊！哦，那个IG 对符嘛没抽。哦。等会儿给你们抽了。
They actually have a better collapse on the river, so Rookie had to run in that instance.
He jumped on Ironboy, used the arcane shift. Here comes Call the Forge God finally to fight into the middle. The Impale, Foxed on down. It's the Shy who's dead immediately. Rookie in the middle with the Frozen Tomb. As Ironboy comes in with the True Shot Rush out in the flank. Ironboy getting hit by Baron. Ironboy, get out of the pit. As the rest of EDG get cleaned up. IG relying on Jackie Love. And Mako is the last one to fall. A complete sweep by Invictus Gaming.
Oh my god, I didn't think IG had it in them to actually win the fight. The Shy was the first member to go down in that team fight. And I thought
我操，这斯考特装备这么好！
for EDG. Rookie bought so much time in the team fight. A triple man Ring of Frost to allow Jackie Love to unload all of his damage. They split the ocean of EDG members. They keep iBoy on one side. We have to go through that fight again. It was not a good kick by Ning. He didn't get a knockback. The Shy is pretty much dead as soon as he comes out of the fight. I thought it was over right there, but look at iBoy's positioning. He's taking so much damage.
还能 W 闪在家里哦！
Triple Ring of Frost. That's so much time from Jackie Love. The front line, absolute miracle workers for IG for them to win that fight.
They're only 2,000 gold ahead though. They were.
我操，看着 IG， 哦，现在已经是滔博 JK Love 了，哈哈。
Too deep. Rookie stepping on forward, but nice been found by the Shy. Stunned up, and Rookie in with the damage. The Shy gets the kill. Now top in a 3 versus 5. They want to make the play happen anyway. Jackie Love the one that has to do the.
我操，哥哥啊！这好像是哥哥的第一赛季吧？出走的第一赛季。
Jackie jumps over onto Rookie, gets the triple, flashes forward, and finds the Quadra on his own teammate.
Jackie Love just goes God mode right here, consistently jumping forward and showing us why this 2-item power spike is so massive.
It's that E forward, the confidence to go for that play, flashes forward and then finishes off a quad.
They still have a 5v4 advantage, but there's full way clear for IG. I don't see them being able to finish right here.
Flashing forward, Baolan's gonna save Rookie, spits him back out towards the fountain. Jackie Love's trying to kite away from this. Uzi desperately trying to take down turrets, but look at the bottom left-hand side of that screen. Turrets are being destroyed by super meters. Meters keeping them occupied. There is no way for IG to escape. Are you trapped in here with IG? IG
going in for Rookie.
Uzi's going in. Rookie's gonna get taken down.
This is actually gonna work.
Xiao, he's gonna take down Baolan, chasing back Jackie Love as well. He's onto the fountain.
What are you doing, Ning?
It's bare, but RG, they're gonna try and take it out themselves. Ning has to put up a miracle. Jackie Love has to do something as well.
They take Uzi
knocked into stasis.
啊，还有这回事啊
Uzi's gonna come back up, slowly take it down as well.
With the crit.
Another one for Jackie Love. Another one bites the dust. A Quadra kill enemy picks up the teleport from Duke as well. That's gonna be game. IG, they're gonna be able to pick up game number 1, and it's gonna be the Duke that does it for the team.
30 seconds on Rookie's not going to be available this time around. It's going to have to come down to Jackie Love in the front line.
First Nexus turret to drop on down. There's one remaining. Invictus Gaming looking hard to defend, but the Shy takes an auto, has to flash away. It's all about Scout as they jump again. The Shy engages onto the Corky, but he's still firing as Invictus Gaming under the Nexus turret. The defense is there on the Clear Love. Jackie Love finds one, but Ray again is the god as Invictus Gaming is still alive. Jackie Love kites his way forward. He's got 2, he's got 3. Triple kill, the Penta available, maybe not as Mako drops as well.
Let's watch how this fight actually starts out. Jackie Love is my man of the fight so far. Ray goes in, but there's actually no follow-up in that situation. Very good job by Baolan to keep all of iBoy's damage out, and they nearly get Clear Love and Ray for free. Scout spends a lot of time on the side trying to get the Shy, but it doesn't really pan out. And look at Jackie Love, he's still free firing. He's using that tumble, only 1 second cooldown. He's going into visibility.
我操！我跟你说，这个时候解决耐久度高的办法就是用伟人打。 要说耐久度太高了，一场团没为人正英雄要打他妈80多年。我操，飞！
Completely agree with you. It's about IG finding the right type of target access. It's difficult because it is a bunch of tanks that they're going to have to be fighting against. So a lot of it is just extending the fight, properly kiting back. Or can they actually just burst down this bear? And they have a lot of damage.
Looking at the setup now, trying to rush this one down. Viper coming around the wings. JKL shields off the first one. And there's Rookie looking for a big stun. Yasuo on top! And they're going to have Zor pop the Zonians. They've knocked down one, but it's only the...
这波我在 Rookie 那儿看过，怎么作为捷克的也又出场了一遍？
Refuses to die. He's on 4. Looks for Chovy and stolen away. Rookie denies the Penta, but Baron, you have to believe, goes to Invictus Gaming.
They burst the Kiana, and now Jackie gets to fire. The damage, it stopped. They don't have enough damage left, and you can see, even though he gets very low, that's all the time it takes for the Kog'Maw to clean.
Let me has switched to Smite. That is what they're looking at right now. They are trying to make the play because they have to make this play. If they lose the Baron buff, the game is over as the super minions crash. Ning has flash. His Smite is about to come up. He's going for Ragnarok. Uzi is there. The base! Too. And that's JKL going for the back door. RNG, turn onto the Baron. JKL is firing in the back line. One is down. And the Baron, it doesn't even matter anymore. It's over! JKL has taken the series into his own hands. He's firing onto the Nexus. And with him, Invictus Gaming will not go quiet. Otto, after Otto, he gets it! We've got a game 5!
Now Hillsang's looking for JKL. There's a cleanse and a flash. The IG emote was beautiful. And Bobo finds a solo kill to 369. JKL escapes, sidesteps everything. It does not go down. The Dawning Shadow will not find the kill either. And now Hillsang is going to be the next target. How did JKL dodge everything? Hillsang goes down as well.
Hillsang is forcing this play. Selfmade wants nothing of this. The communication is scattered. Like, Sia's pathing, like he's still confused as to which way he wants to go, while Hillsang uses his entire CC lock. So now Selfmade's abilities can be dodged, and he still commits in for the fight. Lands almost anything, but JKL with the cleanse flash and then walks down. That's it's an outplay from JKL, and it's also a misplay from Selfmade. That explosive cast should never miss.
What can JKL do? That is what JKL can.
我操，小杨升天！
but knocked up, caught by the Fiddle Chains. Cien buying space for the rest of his team. Go with the charm on tonight. What a play from the mid laner of EDG. Knight turns golden, but finished off. No, Empress Divide keeps Knight alive. How is he surviving this? In the meantime, JKL dives onto the back lane. Blandrate with one, but Scout might fall. JKL can't finish off the kill here. Can't close the gap. Now trying to chase them down. No way did they actually do this one. The mojo is flowing, and Top Esports, no way should they win that fight, but they make it happen anyway. Well, look at this team like Top Esports.
We said it needed to be JKL, and that's exactly what happened. No Vial to lock him down. No charm from the Rakan because it was all used on Knight, and JKL realizes it. He goes for it, Mark in his back pocket, he flashes forward to get on towards Scout, and this is where it starts to fall apart. Knight surviving as well means that he's able to deal damage on this bottom side as JKL steps up as well. The carries from Top Esports will not go down.
Still has his summoner, so flash or heal, what are you going to burn underneath turret?
我操，哥哥的德莱文呀，把3级塔姆能吃的版本。 我操 ！Crazy。
Adoration! but we'll look at this one again.
You have the game plan in hand. You think that this is going to work.
还差100多分就王者。
right here, and as you see Luma go in, you think this is all over. But perfect timing on the Devour. The aftershock is even procced, but it still cannot save him. Leona isn't taking it up. They flash forward. Great E to knock aside Imp, prevent all of his damage, and the chase down begins.
It all comes down to the communication that started all off, because the wave had already crashed. Imp could join, but he stayed back. He likely thought that the kill could go across easily with a 2v2. Wrong, and that is the biggest payoff.
Are you queuing him?
No emotion
that's what the conversation was, but... Whew.
Oh boy, I mean, Top Esports on both sides of the map just getting a little bit greedy. I'm not sure how Wayward ended up where he was, but now TT potentially have an angle at the Baron. Knight as well in trouble.
我操，这么狂啊！奈特走路。
So now JKL arriving as well. He's got the Vex ultimate. He can fly back into the fray here, but JKL just finishes the kill off. Oh, the reset. It goes slightly wide. Knight can't quite get it. JKL now being a little too aggressive, but Baytron moves in to buy space. Knight on the front line goes down. Kepler trying to out DPS the Sivir. Can he do it? Flashes forward. JKL one more auto, just kiting it out, and then the boomerang. It's a quadra kill for JKL. Let's take another look, because the way Knight played this, you know, initially a little dicey, but later on really intelligent. The way that these carries play together.
Yeah, it was greedy, to say the least. We come into that one before. JKL was still rotating up from the mid lane, and even though Yao Yao dies, he still gets the reset. Knight with the ultimate misses out on it. Unfortunately,
这个是哪个？这个是下来要刷的那个猫吧？
Ready to go for this fight. Baytron gets shredded. It was a really nice W there to stop Knight from diving forward. You can see at this point, Kepler is so confident in his DPS, but he's scared of the boomerang blade. Unfortunately, Yukao doesn't hit his abilities because JKL just sidesteps them. And it's just great movement from JKL and a little bit of hesitation.
But Hope without a GA needs to be so careful. Knight gets not the charm. That is a rare miss from him. And you get the cleanse and a Hope with Scout.
我操，勾地技的后果！
我
操！JKL
JKL again with the pop-off performance, and I think that's it, Lyric. I think Top Esports have finally broken JDG's back.
Here comes Jackie as well from base. This should be almost TP. 5 seconds. This should be almost impossible. It's got Ren and Smite. Katie can stun. They can turn for the kill. They's dead. Yes, they go for Tien. They've got him on top of it. Styles is going for the kill, but he has the damage. Needs to Ren. Gets the shutdown. Whoa! JKL steals the dragon, and with Elder, Knight goes off. Bien left alone. Levi misses the most important smite.
我操，死带哦，兄弟！哎，有没有死带哦的刀头像啊？没有。死带哦，那个时候应该还没搞发型。
What a damage. Rookie's getting the poke down. JKL into the pit. Gets the kill. Will not die. But sure as hell, Griffin will. Lehens has to run away. The last to stay alive. The delivery system again works. And IG are going to walk it into the Nexus.
Chocho waiting for the death sentence. Clement onto Baron. Dwarves here. He's had some decent engagement for 369, letting the squad down. Casa behind the pit. Dwarf doesn't have his ulti or any summoners available at 3k. Casa needs to get it still. He doesn't have a flash. He has quick draw in. Knight goes in as well. Casa on top of the Baron, but it's secured by Haro. With 26 HP to go, he drops down as well. And Rogue Warriors now have the supply from JKL, who gets 2.
What's up?
Jackie freaking Love, man, even though they originally lost the Baron. This is a JKL hype club, and we're going to watch the replay again because remember, Rogue Warriors still got the Baron.
A lot of things are going wrong for Top Esports right now.
3-6 down,
9 is dead. Karsa dies at the start of this. Let's watch JKL. He gets the Q on 2 targets. Killer Instinct into the backline. Flash to finish off a third one. That was just insane to watch. And I love we get the actual replay from the POV point of JKL. Goes into Supercharge, into the brush, forward with Gale Force, Killer Instinct onto the back.
Wow, yeah,
dodges the shock blast with that flash.
哎，这同一把吧？
Never mind, they're not quite get him just yet. 369 does pop out of a polymorph and keep himself alive. Again, look at the Ocean Soul just doing so much here. Jackie Love goes forward. Jackie Love might have found an opportunity. Can't quite get him though because the black shield is enough. The Nami's gone down, and now we can see the rest of the fight coming in. This is all on Jackie Love. He needs to be the carry. He needs to be the reason the top esports stay in this game. No, is trying to stay on the backside of this one here. Jackie Love gets jumped on here by 369, who tries to take him out. He does still have a GA. He gets polymorph, and he's going to be taken out. It's a 3v4. Never mind, it's a 4v2. And now Jackie Love gets even triggered in the middle set, and Jackie Love pops off.
Jackie Love completely taking over the fight. Nothing Hope can do on the opposite side. Pings coming straight down onto the enemy base.
Knockout TP's in, but there's a lot of players here. Okay, Mark doesn't go for the hook for now. On a control ward, they don't exactly know where he is. He wants to find a way into the fray. Shun moves in. They've got to fight for mid prio here. Bit of an A-round. As the wave will be cleared, Shun pulled in, but quite happy to tank it. A Q3 onto Mark is dangerous. Featherstorm across the team is out trying to survive. Into the backline they go, on tanking as Wayward is alone, but he finishes on off. It's 2 for 1 as Elf gets 2 kills. Another Q3 comes in from Bin, but is it enough is the question. Jackie Love,
what the fuck?
Popping off double, and Yagao limps away wondering what went wrong.
Take another look at the replay. This whole fight started off with the hook landing onto Shun, but I want everyone
哥哥他妈太重了。
This Alistar bought so much time for BLG to work off, where it really did seem like BLG were going to come out on top for this team fight. But luckily, Jackie Love 4-0 on this Kai'Sa with a Navori as well was just breaking BLG's ankles, even though Bin landed the nastiest Q3 on this Kai'Sa. It is huge. I mean, just the double carries of top esports working together perfectly. Yago did survive, and it did deny the Baron.
They were able to do it, and now they can start forcing the Baron because there is no smite up for the side of TES.
来了。
Moonlight Vigil.
在奈特那儿也看到过。
JDG, it's a numbers advantage.
这波确实太变态了，两个人。
Individual players, but the ult misses from Jackie Love. The pillar comes through. Knight comes in, lines it up, and kills Zoom. Jackie Love with Severum has a bit of healing. Konami slowed by the package again. Every single time I cast this champion, he pops off.
What is happening right now? Oh my god, Jackie Love and Knight showing up so clutch. And this is what finals are built on. They're not built on who's the smarter team. They're built on clutch star performances.
They clutch it out. We look at this once again.
This is actually insane. They are looking for a 2v5 right now. And again, they back off. When Knight goes for this package right here, it's like, what are you doing, man? Blast out. The bird coming in is slightly buffed this patch, but then Jackie Love playing so well on the back of this fight. Things just looking great for TES.
Great little sign for top esports. That's a sign that they can start this Baron off. Look how fast they burn through the objective. Bin has to be the one to go on in. There's a minion wave in the mid lane. BLG could maybe just try and opt for that instead, but On finds everyone. The Magnus Storm tries to deny the engage. Featherstorm to keep Elg alive as Tien becomes his target. Jackie Love, though, turning it around. Shun is there, threatening the carries as Wayward goes down. Shun with the aftershock keeps himself alive. Rookie and Jackie Love live on as Wayward is cut down, but Jackie Love finds another one. Rookie is on in. Jackie Love golden. The carries live on. And top esports, they've got the mojo online. You can't remove the mojo, not when you're replacing with Rookie, not when Jackie Love is in the roster. My god, what a fight coming out of top esports. Great engage from On.
Yeah, and Wayward on this Renekton as well, looking for backline access, right, where it didn't really allow anyone to really follow up with that engage from the side of On. But once again, it's Jackie Love and Rookie. They were just playing with their space, assassinating Yago instantly, flashing the Alistar combo as well. And soon on the Sejuani, I mean, you're just going to get played around at this state in the game, but I feel like BLG, they were a little bit too greedy with this as well, where Elf flashes in, he didn't need to. He could have just reset, but that's top esports getting Baron, and with an Azir with Baron, I feel like they can probably end the game with another few picks.
这个哥哥扛着奖杯。
on and ensure that they have the 5v4 advantage now on this push on mid.
Jackie Love is very far forward, throws out the feathers, keeping himself safe. Taken down to half HP by 2 auto attacks from Death, who now has to jump away from Rookie trying to go in here as well. KT has the 5v4 advantage, but health bars at half on some critical members means it might not be as important as it looks. Shy's gonna take some damage, Rookie looks to go in, does get the passive pop, Shy's still gonna be soaking, Roof comes down, damage goes through, Jackie's able to find 2 Jackie Love! Jackie Love just found everybody, and that's gonna be a triple for IG! They're gonna find everyone! It's KT!
That is insane! He just runs right up to the front line! Jackie Love comes up huge just when they needed it!
You said that nobody wants to be the one flashing forward to make the mistake in Game 5. Jackie says, I'll flash forward. I will be the hero in this fight.
Here he uses his ultimate, so he avoids the last hit there of the stun from Grom passive. Then Rookie is going to go in first. You'll see him draw the exhaust cooldown out as they go for the initial prodding check here on the team fight. All right, here's the start of it. Mata goes in. They try to stun up the Shy. There's the exhaust goes down. It's a reset from Invictus Gaming. And then Jackie Love jumps on score, kills both backline carries. Blade Caller roots Mata and opens up the space for an Invictus Gaming Game 5 quarterfinal.
我操，这就是哥哥。